Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another ASMR English translation of the Quran for Sleep series. In this video, I'm going to be reading the translation of Surah AL Nisa. So let's just get started. O believers, prepare yourselves for encounter, then advance in detachments, or all together as the occasion may require. There will be someone among you who will surely lag behind, so that if you face any calamity, he will say, Allah has been gracious to me, that I do not accompany them. But if you are blessed with grace from Allah, he will say, as if there was no friendship between you and him, I wish I had been with them. I could have attained mighty good fortune. Let it be known that only those people should fight in the cause of Allah who are willing to exchange the life of this world for the hereafter. And whoever fights for the cause of Allah, whether he dies or is victorious, will soon be granted a mighty reward. And what reason do you have not to fight in the cause of Allah, to rescue the helpless, oppressed men, women and children who are crying, "Our Rabb, deliver us from this town, whose people are oppressors. Raise for us a protector from you, and send for us a helper from you." Those who are believers fight in the cause of Allah, and those who are unbelievers fight in the cause of Taghut, false deities, Shaitan. So fight against the helpers of Shaitan. Surely Shaitan's crafty schemes are very weak. Have you not seen those who were told to restrain their hands from fighting, establish Salah, and pay Zakah? Now, when at length they are commanded to fight, lo, a group of them fear people as they should have feared Allah, or even more than that, and say, "Our Rabb, why have you ordered us to fight? Could you delay its implementation for a while?" Tell them, the enjoyment of this worldly life is so short. Life of the hereafter is much better for those who fear Allah, and rest assured that you will not be wronged equal to the fibre of a date stone. As for death, no matter where you may be, death is going to reach you, even if you are in fortified towers. When such people are blessed with some benefit, they say, "This is from Allah." But if they suffer a loss, they say, "This is because of you." O Muhammad, tell them, everything is from Allah. What is the matter with these people, that they do not understand a word? Whatever benefit comes to you, O people, it is by Allah's grace. And whatever loss you suffer, it is the result of your own doings. We have sent is Allah. As for those who pay no heed, they should know that we have not sent you as a taskmaster over them. They will say, "We are at your service," yet when they leave you, some of them meet together secretly at night to plot against what you have said. Allah notes down all their plots. Therefore, leave them alone and put your trust in Allah. Allah is your all-sufficient trustee. Why don't they research the Quran? Don't they realize that if it was from someone other than Allah, they would find many discrepancies in it? Whenever they hear news of peace or of anger, they spread it quickly. But if they would report it to the Rasul and to the responsible people among them, it would come to the knowledge of those who could draw the right conclusions. If it had not been for Allah's grace and mercy, all of you, with the exception of a few, would have followed Shaitan. Therefore, O Muhammad, fight in the path of Allah. You are accountable for no one except for yourself. Urge the believers to fight. It may be that Allah will overthrow the might of the unbelievers, for Allah is the strongest in might and severe in punishment. Anyone who intercedes for a good cause shall have a share in it, and anyone who intercedes for an evil cause also get a share in its burden. Allah has control over everything. When anyone greets you in a courteous manner, let your greetings be better than his, or at least return the same. Allah keeps account of everything. Allah, there is no God but He. He will certainly gather you all together on the day of resurrection. There is no doubt in it, and who can be more truthful in his words than Allah? What is the matter with you? Why are you divided into two groups concerning the hypocrites, while Allah has cast them back to disbelief on account of their misdeeds? Do you wish to guide those whom Allah has left astray? Whomever Allah has left astray, you cannot find a way for them to be guided. Their real wish is to see what you have become, a disbeliever, as they themselves have disbelieved, so that you may become equal to them. So, you should not take friends from their ranks unless they immigrate in the way of Allah. And if they do not, seize them and kill them wherever you find them, and do not take any of them as protectors or helpers. The exception to this is for those who take refuge with your allies or come over to you because their hearts restrain them both from fighting is hell, to live therein forever. He shall incur the wrath of Allah, who will lay his curse on him and prepare for him a woeful punishment. O believers, when you struggle in the way of Allah, investigate carefully and do not say to anyone who offers you a salutation, "You are not a believer," in order to seek worldly gain by this. Allah has abundant spoils for you. Remember that you yourselves were in the same condition before Allah. Allah has conferred his favors on you. Therefore, make a thorough investigation before considering someone an unbeliever. Allah is well aware of all your actions. Those believers who stay at home, having no physical disability or other reasonable cause, are not equal to those who make jihad, struggle in the cause of Allah with their wealth and their persons. Allah has granted a higher rank to those who make jihad with their wealth and their persons than to those who stay at home. Though Allah has promised a good reward for all, Allah has prepared a much richer reward for those who make jihad for him than for those who stay at home. They have special higher ranks, forgiveness and mercy. Allah is forgiving, merciful. When the angels of death cause those people to die who have wronged their souls, they ask, "What was your condition?" They reply, "We were oppressed in the earth." The angels say, "Was not the earth of Allah spacious enough for you to emigrate and go somewhere else? Hell will be their abode, and it is a very evil refuge." However, those helpless men, women and children who have neither the means to migrate nor strength to escape, they are the ones who Allah may pardon. Allah is the pardoning, forgiving. He who immigrates in the path of Allah shall find numerous places of refuge in the earth and abundant resources. He who leaves his home to migrate for Allah and his Rasul and dies on the way, his reward becomes due and sure with Allah. Allah is forgiving, merciful. When you travel in the earth, there is no blame on you if you shorten your prayers, especially when you fear that the unbelievers may attack you, since the unbelievers are your open enemy. When you, O Muhammad, are with them, leading their salah, prayer in the state of war, let one party of salah. Remember Allah whether you are standing, sitting, or reclining. Then as soon as you are safe, establish regular salah in full. Surely salahs are made obligatory for the believers at their prescribed time. Do not show weakness in following up the enemy if you are suffering hardships. They are too suffering similar hardships. Moreover, you have a hope to receive reward from Allah, while they have none. Allah is the knowledgeable, wise. We have revealed to you the book which the truth, so that you may judge between people in accordance with the right way, which Allah has shown you. So be not an advocate for those who betray trust. Seek Allah's forgiveness. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. Do not plead on behalf of those who betray their own souls. Allah does not love the treacherous, sinful. They may hide their crimes from people, but they cannot hide them from Allah. He is with them even when they plot by night, in words that He cannot approve. Allah encompasses all their actions. You may plead for them in this world's life, but who will plead for them with Allah on the day of resurrection? Or who will be their defender? If anyone does evil or wrongs his own soul, and then seeks Allah's forgiveness, he will find Allah forgiving, merciful. Whoever commits a sin, he commits it against his own soul. Allah is knowledgeable, wise. But if anyone commits a crime and charges an innocent person with it, a Muslim from the tribe of Banu Dhafar committed theft and put the blame on a Jew who was innocent, he indeed shall bear the guilt of slander and a flagrant sin. If Allah's grace and mercy were not with you to save you from their mischief, a group of them was determined to lead you astray. They led astray none but themselves, and they cannot do you any harm. Allah has revealed to you the book and wisdom and told you what you did not know. Great indeed is the grace of Allah upon you. There is no virtue in the most of the secret counsels of the people. It is, however, good if one secretly enjoins charity, kindness, and reconciliation among people. The one who does this to please Allah will soon be given a mighty reward. Anyone who is hostile to the Rasul after guidance has been plainly conveyed to him and follows a path other than that of the believers. We shall leave him in the path he has chosen and cast him into hell, which is an evil refuge. Surely Allah will never forgive the one who commits shirk, and may forgive anyone else if He so pleases. One who commits shirk has indeed gone far away from the right way. The pagans call upon female deities beside Him. By doing so, they call nothing but the rebellious Shaitan, on whom Allah has laid His curse, and who has said, I will take a good portion of your servants and mislead them. I will create in them false desires and order them to slit the ears of cattle. I will order them to tamper with Allah Allah's creation. Therefore, whoever takes Shaitan as a guardian instead of Allah has indeed become a clear-cut loser. Shaitan makes promises to stir up in them false desires, but Shaitan's promises are nothing but deception. The home of such people who follow him will be hell, from where they will find no way to escape. As for those who have faith and do righteous deeds, we shall soon admit them to the gardens beneath which rivers flow therein forever. The promise of Allah is true indeed, and who can be truer in his words than Allah? The final result will neither be in accordance with your desires, nor in accordance with the desires of the people of the book. He who does evil will be requited with evil. He will find no protector or helper besides Allah. But the one who does righteous deeds, whether a male or a female, provided he or she is a believer, shall enter paradise, and no injustice will be done to them, even to the size of a speck. Who has a better deen than the one who is a Muslim? To Allah is a doer of good and follows the faith of Ibrahim, the upright one, whom Allah chose to be his friend. To Allah belongs all that is in the heavens and in the earth. Allah encompasses everything. They ask your decision concerning the women. Tell them, Allah makes his decision concerning them, and along with it reminds you about those commandments recited to you in the book, relating to orphan girls to whom you do not give their lawful rights, and yet whom you desire to marry. He also reminds you regarding the helpless children, and that you stand firm for justice to orphans. Whatever good you do, Allah surely knows it. If a woman fears cruelty or desertion from her husband, there is no blame if both of them agree to reconcile by the means of a compromise. After all, compromise is better. Human souls are prone to stinginess and greed, but if you show generosity and fear Allah in your dealings, surely Allah is well aware of your actions. It is not possible for you to do perfect justice between your wives, even if you wish to do so. Therefore, in order to comply with divine law, do not lean towards one wife to the extent that you leave the other hanging in the air, neither married nor divorced. If you work out a friendly understanding and fear Allah, Allah is forgiving, merciful. If the spouses do separate, Allah will make each one independent of the other out of his own limitless resources. Allah is ample giving, wise. To Allah belongs all that is in the heavens and in the earth. We directed the people of the book before you, and now direct you also to fear Allah and keep your duty to him. But if you disobey, you will do so at your own risk. For to Allah belongs all that is in the heavens and in the earth, and Allah is self-sufficient, praiseworthy. Yes, to Allah belongs all that is in the heavens and in the earth, and Allah is sufficient as a protector. hypocrites who choose the unbelievers to be their protectors rather than believers. Are they seeking honor in being with them, whereas all honor belongs to Allah alone? He has already revealed for you in the book that when you hear Allah's revelations being denied or ridiculed by people, you must not sit with them unless they change the topic of their talk. Otherwise you shall be considered guilty like them. Rest assured that Allah is going to gather the hypocrites and the unbelievers all together in hell. These hypocrites are such that they wait and watch to see how the wind blows. If Allah grants you a victory, they say, we were not with you. And if unbelievers gain success, they will say to them, we were not strong enough to fight against you, yet we protected you from the believers. Allah will judge between you and them on the day of resurrection. Allah will not leave the way for the unbelievers to triumph over the believers. Surely the hypocrites try to deceive Allah, whereas, in fact, He has reverted their deception to them. When they stand up for Salah, they stand reluctantly, merely to be seen by people, and do not remember Allah but a little, wavering between belief and disbelief, belonging neither to this nor to that. Whom Allah leaves astray, you cannot find a way for him. O believers, do not choose unbelievers to be your protecting friends instead of believers. Would you like to furnish Allah a clear proof against yourselves? Surely the hypocrites will be in the lowest depth of hellfire, and you will not find any help for them. However, those who repent and mend their ways, hold fast to Allah, and become sincere in their devotion to Allah, they are considered to be with the believers. Allah will soon grant the believers a mighty reward. Why should Allah punish you if you are grateful and a true believer? Allah is all appreciative, all knowing. Allah does not like evil words to be uttered except by someone who is truly wronged. Allah is all and knows all. If you do good deeds openly or in private, or forgive an evil, then surely Allah is pardoning, powerful. Those who deny Allah and His Rasul, and those who intend to draw a line between Allah and His Rasuls, saying, we believe in some and reject the rest, desiring to take a middle way between belief and unbelief. These are the real unbelievers. We have prepared for such face prostrating in humility. Yet on another occasion we commanded them not to transgress in the matter of the Sabbath, and took a solemn commitment from them. After all this they still broke their covenant, rejected the revelation of Allah, killed the prophets unjustly. Yet they say, our hearts are in severe wrappings which have preserved Allah's word. We need no more. Nay, Allah has sealed their hearts on account of their disbelief. They have no faith except a little. They went in their unbelief to such an extent that they uttered terrible slander against Maryam. They say, we have killed the Messiah, son of Maryam, Isa, the Rasul of Allah, whereas in fact neither did they kill him, nor did they crucify him, but they thought they did, because the matter was made dubious for them. Those who differ therein are in doubt. They have no real knowledge. They follow nothing but merely a conjecture. Certainly they did not kill him. Nay, the fact is that Allah took him up to himself. Allah is mighty, wise. There is none of the people of the book but will believe in this fact before his death. On the day of resurrection, Isa will bear witness against them because of the iniquity of those who call themselves Jews, their hindering of many people from the way of Allah, taking of usury in spite of its prohibition, and cheating others of their properties. We made many wholesome things unlawful, which were formerly lawful for them. We have prepared a painful punishment for those among them who reject faith. However, those among them who are well grounded in knowledge, and those who truly believe in what was revealed to you, O Muhammad, and what was revealed to other prophets before you, establish Salah, pay zakah, and believe in Allah and the last day. Those are the ones who will soon be given a mighty reward. O Muhammad, we have sent revelations to you, just as we sent to Noah and the prophets who came after him. We also sent revelations to Ibrahim, Ismail, Ishaq, Yaqub, his descendants, Isa, Ayub, Yunus, Harun, and Sulaiman. And to Dawood we gave the Psalms. Revelations were also sent to those Rasuls whom we have already mentioned to you, and to those Rasuls whose names we have not mentioned. To Musa, Allah spoke directly. All these Rasuls conveyed good news to mankind and admonished them, so that after conveying the message through the Rasuls, people should have no excuse to plead against Allah. Allah is mighty, wise. People may or may not believe it, but Allah bears witness that what He has sent to you, O Muhammad, He has sent with His own knowledge, and so do the angels, though Allah's testimony alone is sufficient. Those who reject faith and hinder others from the way of Allah have indeed strayed far away from the path. Surely Allah will neither forgive those who reject faith and act unjustly, nor guide them to any path other than the path of hell. the Spirit from Him. So believe in Allah and His Rasuls, and do not say Trinity. Stop saying that. It is better for you. Allah is only one deity. He is far above the need of having a son. To Him belongs all that is in the heavens and in the earth. Allah is all-sufficient as a disposer of affairs. The Messiah never disdained to be the worshipper of Allah, nor do the angels who are nearest to Allah. Whoever disdains His worship and is arrogant will be brought before Him altogether. As for those who have faith and do righteous deeds, He will pay them their due compensation and give them more on His own from His grace. But He will inflict painful punishment on those who are disdainful and arrogant, and they will find none of those on whom they rely to protect or help them besides Allah. O mankind, there has come to you convincing proof of truth from your Rabb. We have sent to you a glorious light that shows you the right way clearly. Now those who believe in Allah and hold fast to Him, Allah will soon enter them in His mercy and grace, and will show them the right way to Himself. They ask you for a legal decision about al-Halala. Say Allah gives you His decision about al-Halala. Those who leave no ascendants or descendants as heirs. If it is a man that dies, leaving behind a sister, but no child, she shall inherit 1/2 of his estate. Rest will go to the spouse and other relatives. If it is a woman that dies leaving no child, her brother will inherit all of her estate. If there are 2 sisters, they both shall inherit 2/3 of the estate. But if there are brothers and sisters, the share of each male shall be equal to that of 2